Hello, everybody. Welcome to another MOTU with myself and Cringer, my best friend, Moto King. Today we're going to talk about Kildor, King Kildor, and some other things before we get off for the Chaos show.
Yeah,
All right.
it's actually finally glad to actually have them. I know that I went and ordered another one, keeping the box from Big Bad Toy Store. So that was
Oh, you
that
ordered another one?
yeah for because I wanted to end up doing a inbox or a box collection of them all too, and of course I mean hell I mean people need to take a look, man, because Big Bad Toy Store they've got quite a few Masterverse figures are actually on sale. Uh, and there's quite a few that that they have still in stock. So uh, obviously, I'm focused on other stuff right now, but just throwing that out there for everybody. And then of course, you got supposedly they got the horde. I've seen them. They got the horde troopers for MOTU Origins for like 11 less. You might as well say around $12 a piece. So if you want to start troop building your horde troopers for MOTU Origins, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I I ain't never owned a Horde Trooper that I'm aware of. If I did, I don't remember as far. I mean, as far back as the original line, but the vent or the Origins line, I never did get. Because well, I think he did. He come out before I want to say. I think he may have come out. Yeah, I think he may have come out before I purged my Motu Origins collection, which things change. Hey, what's up, Big M, man? What's up, Motor Viper?
What's up, Moto Viper? Big M. How you doing? Thanks for jumping on, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw that, man. I know I've got a. I'm gonna try to get one at some point. I don't know like when it'll be, but I ain't gonna be trying to pay an arm and a leg for it.
Right.
Because it ain't that big of a deal, really. All I really want is the packaging. I don't really even care about the figure. I just want the packaging and what he comes in. So, but the figure is cool too. But I mean, I do have the Masterverse version. But of course, my King Gray Skull is the Mike Young Productions King Gray Skull. So, but he's still cool though. And I'm glad they offered him, as an early backer bonus. It's kind of sad that they didn't do didn't make it to Keklar, but it was close. I think it was like 9,921 units that it ended at. So
Hmm.
I know I feel bad for those though that got their Eternia in and that it came in damaged and everything. I'm hearing like accounts from both sides as far as FedEx. How FedEx is treating the packages, and
Yeah.
then how they were packaged via Mattel. But yeah, I can kind of I don't put full blame on one other, on one particular side. I kind of I think they both share the blame. So it's 50% obviously FedEx, 50% Mattel. But because you got to think the their previous play sets, they double boxed them. I mean, hell, I mean the shipper box that came with a Super Seven Snake Mountain that was insane in itself. So I just feel bad, man, for those that but there's some good news. There's some ray of sunshine, man. I know a couple people posted it already where a guy, multiple people, I'm sure, has reached out to him, but uh, they're saying that they're obviously gonna, obviously look out for people who their box may have got damaged. So if you do get an Eternia shipped to you and it is damaged, just contact Mattel, and they'll take care of you. So that's a good sign. So what's up, M3? What's going on, brother?
M3.
So I know he's. I've been keeping an eye on like where their prices are for both the play set and for King Grayskull.
Well, what
Like
up, Daniel Berry? Sorry about that. Daniel
I,
Berry jumped in.
yeah, I ain't what's up, Daniel Berry? I don't ever recall seeing Daniel. Uh,
He jumps on. I ain't seen him in like a week or two, I think.
oh,
But
okay.
he usually jumps on in the chat on our shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I believe he does sports or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that too. I know I'm waiting on hear from Kaz. Kaz hadn't got his notification yet, so um,
He
but
just texted me. I don't know if he knows we're on. I'll text him back. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, you good. I know he had told he told me he said he'd call me when he got the notification for it. But but some people hadn't even got a notification for it. It just showed up. Same way with King Grayskull, and then some people got Grayskull before Eternia, then some people got Eternia before Grayskull, and some people got both at the same time. Uh, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm just happy for everybody, man. Hell, I'm just happy the fact that it was remade again. Being the 40th anniversary, man, and I remember when it first got leaked out. I couldn't have been more excited. Of course, the vintage ones always where my heart is. And I continue to be blessed, for the opportunity to be able to purchase the playset itself, from the vintage era. So I'm I'm uh, I'm truly thankful every day for that. So hopefully at some point I'll have the Origins one, but it ain't gonna make or break me. I've had a conversation with two or three of the brothers in the community, man. I'm not gonna pay, but over a certain amount for it. I'm not gonna pay an arm and a leg. Uh, so I mean, I've been seeing kind of where the prices are on it. I think it should be. I think honestly, it shouldn't be no more than $1,100. Or right in that area. But people are gonna ask what they ask for it, and it is what it is. That's the drawback of dealing with. Some of them are scalpers. Some of them are obviously people that bought multiples. To kind of recoup some of their money, which is you know okay to do. I know I would if I had the opportunity. Yeah, it does work M3. I don't know if I don't think it's as loud as the original, but I've never seen one in person yet. So you scalping through DFS? What's up, brother?
DFS.
Well, I know I've seen some people that's got like three. It's just crazy, man. But hey, take advantage of it, man. When if I had the opportunity, I probably would too. I probably would have too. Especially like I said, I would have did it mainly to recoup some of my money. I would have bought three. I would have kept one to open, one to box, one keep boxed, and one to sell.
The motor is pretty damn loud. Big
It,
M.
it is pretty damn loud, yeah. Because this the written hold up. I may even have. I don't know if I got the battery in the.
You got one handy dandy.
Yeah, might have to put the batteries in it. Yeah, I think I took the batteries out. I know the vintage one is pretty loud.
Shout out DFS.
Trying to find where in the hell I put my down. I had to use my batteries the other day. Let's see. Here we go. I keep those rechargeable ones on deck. I need to get an extra or another vintage motor uh, to have an extra one just in case if this one ever goes down. And I'd like to have another one just for the hell of it. You can hear it now. I haven't run mine in a while, man, but I can't run it now because I've got mine on a different tabletop now. If I did, I'd have to take it down and add the extension to it, because it is, because you have to have it pulled out a little bit because it's kind of closer to the wall now. So I don't want to
It's,
dare run it.
I see that Ravens eyeing your Eternia.
Yeah,
Shout out Baltimore.
yeah, some shady stuff went down in that game, but it is what
Yeah,
it is. I'll be rooting for the 49ers anyway.
me too.
I know this one's got it like it.
Ain't nothing finer than a female 49er.
It ain't as loud as it once was. Maybe because the batteries might be a
That
little
was
weak.
loud.
Oh no, normally it's louder than that. That's why I say I
Oh,
think the
yeah.
batteries kind of weak on it. And these things are old, man. This motor for the vintage one, it could go anywhere from like I've seen it from 250 to $500. So about what y'all pay for y'all's new Eternia is about what you yeah, what this motor alone costs, damn near it. So yeah. But oh, that's the drawback. So having to find, older parts for older play sets and stuff.
Yeah. So what's the lore on King Kildor?
What's the what now?
The lore
Oh,
for
the
those
lore
people that
on
don't.
Kildor. Well, he actually, he was the first first mentioning of him was the search for King Kildor, or the search for Kildor was one of the original mini comics. I never did read that mini comic. I need to actually read it. But I know obviously he appeared again the next time in the Mike Young series from the very start. From the very first episode.
Right.
Uh, and then that iteration, his face got burned by King Randor, and because they were fighting and stuff like that, and then to save his life, he went to Hordak, and obviously Hordak, saved his life, but obviously he had to pay a price in order for him to save his life, so he became, his stooge, so to speak, and then later on in the series, yeah, hey Big M, I would have bought it for you, man. Or I would have bought it from you. I told Kaz I'd give him 800 for his, but he'd laugh at me. I mean, I know he wants it really bad, man. So I just messing with him. But I'm just so happy for all of y'all, man. It's a wonderful thing. The local scalpers, yeah. Well, I know, like I said, I got a local comic shop dude that he promised. He promised me one. That I know he ordered at least one. So I don't know if he ordered his when they had the early backer bonus or not with Grayskull, but it don't matter to me if he did or if he didn't. Just we're gonna see what he's gonna try to sell it to me for because I obviously paid 3K plus for this one, and then I paid around 1100 for Snake Mountain. So if he tries to hit me with like $1,500, man, I'm gonna be like, sorry, bro, I ain't gonna do that. Because it ain't worth 1,500 to me. It really ain't worth 1,000 to me, but that's only because I didn't get the opportunity when it was available. But I mean, I won't pay no more than 1,000 for it. If I got to, uh, that's my limit. And if I do buy it, it's gonna stay in the box. I'm never gonna open it. It's gonna go right in the bottom of that case behind me. So I'm not, because I'm never gonna ever like box my vintage one up and put it away. There ain't no, nah,
Ain't no
nah.
way.
Mm-mm. I'd
Hear
be
you
too
on
worried
that.
I'd be too worried about the condition of it being put away, and I don't want to box it up in the closet. It's got too much. There's too much to it, and it means so much to me, and I couldn't never ever put it away like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. You want to show off your King Kildor?
Yeah. I hadn't opened him yet, but I'll open him eventually. I just been kind of admiring him, in the package because I really love the packaging. So
Oh yeah, look at that.
of course I posted it up on Facebook on the Revelation Revolution forum, and I think it's already up to like 40 something likes or some other. Court, not everybody's, or so I know some people's actually messaged me and asked him, is he at retail? And nah, he's not at retail yet. But I don't even honestly, man. I don't. I know they had Wave 12 was spotted at Walmart, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be some time, man, before I don't know what they're doing. I don't, I know the lines, obviously the toy line's still doing good. I just don't know what's going on with the whole distribution. And of course, I know Origins, yeah, he looks really good. I like how you can just kind of take his robe or take his cloth robe cape off and all that and just you know, have him without his cape look. And I really like his alternate head better I mean both the head sculpts are great, but I like the alternate, the one with the smirk on his face, the devious uh, look to him. I mean, I like to get William Shatner to sign it. I mean, I know Sam is supposed to be supposedly linking up with William Shatner again, but he never did get back to me, so I don't know. And I know he's supposed to be at Retro Toy Con this March 15th through the 17th, and I know Dolph Lundgren's supposed to be there as well. So too bad I won't be in Richmond. I mean, hell, that's right in his backyard too. So shout out to my
Yeah,
little brother. Yeah, it's nice though, man. It was like I said, I don't. I mean, it's for some reason. I think it's because I'm on the East Coast. Um,
hmm
it takes like. I mean, I could really I'm not gonna say who I ordered it from because I know I don't want to ruin anybody's or our future chances at getting anything early anymore. So I'm not gonna mention no more where I got it from because I got there was a letter included in it. So it kind of revolves around basically don't mention where you got it from and don't post any you know anything about it on social media where you got it from and don't post pictures. Well, posting pictures to me is okay because as long as you don't say who you got it from is okay. So nobody knows. So for real, unless you put it on there. So uh, as far as they know, I got it from eBay. So that's all I'm gonna say. And I did get it from eBay. So I'm just not gonna say
yeah,
who.
I did too. Thanks to you.
Exactly. I'm not gonna say who. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna I've said his name in the past, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So that was
Yeah,
actually the first time I've ever got a package from him that I've ordered something from him, and he actually included that little piece of paper in it, and I read it, and I was like, all right, cool. Normally, most people wouldn't even care. They just still mention his name anyway. But yeah, I've been getting stuff early from that guy for a while now. It's been 3 years, some off and on for 3 years, something like that. Um, but and he's great too, man. He don't charge for shipping and all that. And you can't beat it, And people were paying double, paying like 65 plus for King Kildor, And I paid half, Uh, and I did notice though they got that whole wave on Entertainment Earth, by the way, the whole case for like $100 plus shipping. So if anybody wants to get the whole entire wave,
yeah,
I
you
would
got that
go
new
ahead.
Oracle and stuff on pre-order, right?
Oh, you talking about the Mondo one?
No, the Orko with the white or whatever.
Oh yeah, I got him. Yeah.
And what's his name from the movie that was in this last season?
Yeah, Kildor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's available on Big Bad right now. Did you pick up that Too Bad yet, or
No, not yet.
he's still on there as far as I know.
Yeah,
There's
can't
quite
wait.
yeah, like I said, there's quite a few, man. Obviously there's other couple other things I want to get done. First and foremost before I delve deep into because trust me, the MOTU itch is real. And I want to there's more. There's a bunch of stuff I want to pick up.
Yeah, yeah. I've been watching excuse me, do it yourself platforms for backgrounds and Castle Gray Skulls and stuff, like their own Castle Gray Skulls and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Those are always fun to watch for me. I like that stuff. And I am gonna one day build me a Snake Mountain. It's gonna be about close to 6 foot in height.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy little project.
Yeah. Yep.
Ultimately, my ultimate goal is to have like I said, I've been wanting to get a couple more display cases, that load from the front, but I really want to get a long one that's roughly, typically I see them like 78 inches in length. So I like
Mhm.
to try to get one long enough to where I could set up, the ultimate battleground, basically have, but from the vintage side of things, have it'd be all vintage play sets rather than, I mean, hell, I can even pull it off if I manage to get me a classics Castle Grayskull, which I'm on the I got my eye at some point uh, to get one. So because the prices have kind of trickled down a little bit with all the attention being focused on the new Origins Eternia, so the prices kind of come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, one said, "What's up, Prophet?"
Profits here. Profit. What up?
I mean, I could do the Ultimate Battleground right now, but I'd have to put extensions on either side of this table where I've got Eternia now and all that, and that takes up a lot of real estate, man. A lot of damn real estate. Like I said, if and when I get the Origins one, I'm just gonna keep it in the case back there. I'm not even gonna mess with opening it up. Even though I know Modi the Moat Monster is inside, I'm just gonna leave it just like it is. And somebody at some point will be selling the poster separate. I'm gonna pick up that poster just so I can have it framed and put on the wall next to the original one I got.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get some of those posters myself.
There's a couple, yeah.
I'll get to them this year sometime.
There's a few more I want to get. I got another William George print. I've got a reproduction. I want to have an original one to replace the reproduction I've got. Um, which I actually ran across one a couple years back, and I'm still kicking myself for not buying it, man, because it wasn't but like 111 bucks. It's about the same price I paid for the vintage Eternia one, and I don't know why I didn't do it. I should have, but because I think I saw one not too long ago, and it was like $400 or something like that. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hell, I was sitting there thinking to myself, even $100 for a poster was crazy. Uh, I mean, but then again, there are people that collect movie posters for a living and vintage movie posters, and they can get real expensive. So it's just like any other hobby, you know what I mean? You can sink some money into it.
Oh yeah, I've paid like $75, you know, um, for signatures.
Yeah.
Just, so big picture of somebody with their signature on it.
Well, that I'm gonna get a couple more filmation cells too. The one I do have, I've got two, but the main one, I paid I think 200 for it. So I
Yeah.
mean, they're pretty reasonable. You can find them usually a lot cheaper. But I just happened to pay 200 for that one because that one, to me, that one's real special. Because obviously it's Cringer holding the power sword. And I know
Nice.
I found out what episode it came from. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's just it's actually cool how you can all the writing on the bottom is what you go by to figure out what episode it's from. Of course, it can kind of throw you for a loop because the air dates, the original air dates, and the chronological order and all that'll throw you off. So you have to make sure you find the right episode for whatever cell you have.
Yeah.
But they're nerve wracking, man, because you got I mean you can't do nothing about it. At some point, years down the road, they're just going to start, you know, I guess what's the word, going bad, so to speak. You can tell when they start going bad
Yeah.
when a cell
Yeah.
goes bad. You can smell it's like it gives off kind of a vinegar smell type smell.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it'll start to ripple and all that, and I'm gonna get mine matted again, rematted again. I actually watched a video of a gentleman here on YouTube that shows you basically how to properly take care of your animation cells the best you can, and he's got a great way of doing, how he takes care of his. So, what's up, boss man? Appreciate
What's up,
appreciate
boss man? How you doing?
appreciate you for stopping in, man.
Yeah, I know boss man from the VA. He is one of the VA drivers that picks me up some for appointments sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And he's starting to get into collecting.
Okay, well,
It's kind of torture.
good looking out for our brother Kurt, man. He's a
Yeah.
hell of a dude, man. So we appreciate that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Shit, if I hadn't ate, I'd be wanting some barbecue right about now.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got his own channel. Boss, I believe it's Boss Man Time to Eat,
Oh,
and he
okay.
goes around the local places. I was on one of them,
Oh, okay.
barbecue place that was really good. But yeah, like yeah, he goes around and he does places to. He finds a lot of little hole in the walls like that are really good to eat at.
Yeah, I've got one down the road from me, actually, right across from my old elementary school I used to go to when I was a kid. It's called Joanne's, but it's basically a Philly cheesesteak place.
Oh yeah.
And man, she came from New Jersey, bro. And when I tell you their Philly steaks are,
I
they're
think I heard you in
had to have been Kaz or Bruce is really.
Kaz. I think it was Kaz talking about it or something.
Yeah, last time I went there, their prices have increased, man. I know that. It was like, I got a drink and fries and the Philly steak I did get. It was like 14 something. But
Yeah.
things, inflation's gone up, that type of stuff, and they're, obviously a self-made restaurant. Um, and when I first time I ever went there, I took a old manager buddy of mine I used to work with, work for, and we went by there to eat. And at that time, all they had to drink was Kool Aid. So I thought that was kind of hilariously funny. But hey, it was good, man. It was banging. Uh, it wasn't that. It didn't cost that much as it did this last time I went there, but it was like half the price. But it's still good though, man. It's a great eat. We got like a little like a hot dog stand.
Hmm.
The guy also does like barbecue and hamburgers and stuff like that right on the corner, like way up the road from it. So it's actually across the street from a convenience store that I used to go to as a kid when well me and my sister used to go to. It's like all I gotta do is walk down the road and turn the corner and it's right there. So got a lot of uh, got a lot of good hole in the wall places around here. That
Yeah.
really good place to eat at. That are not your typical places most people know about. But I know
Yeah, there's those. A lot of those places are disappearing now because of prices on things.
yeah, it used to be a place a good little further away from me. They used to do Philly Philly sandwiches, but they wasn't quite as good as Joanne's, but here locally. But
Yeah,
they had like barbecue chicken strips and a little bit of everything, man. They were all right. I only remember eating there one time, and I remember waiting in the lobby, waiting for my order to come in, and I decided to go sit down and find a table or whatever, and I kind of looked off into the corner, and would you believe there was an original Mortal Kombat 3 dedicated arcade cabinet, like an original one, and I was like, holy shit! So while I was
yeah,
waiting, I was over there banging on some Mortal Kombat 3. I was like, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yes,
because I remember walking back up to the counter because they didn't have like a change thing, and I said, "Hey, yo, let me get a $5 worth of quarters." So I just threw the
yeah,
lady a $5 bill, and she handed me $5 worth of quarters, and she said, "I really need those quarters, but here you go." She handed me $5 worth of quarters.
yeah,
So I think I must have spent like at least $1 before I got my food. I'm surprised I let my food get cold because I was so excited and playing Mortal Kombat 3, but. I ended up remember eating, and once I got done eating, I went back over to the machine, and some random kid came in there too, and he was so excited, and I could tell he didn't have no money to play it, and I still had some money up on how people used to stack their coins up on the top of
yeah.
the and I
I
said,
got
"Come on."
next, man.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Come on, buddy." And he jumped up there. He wasn't that old, man. I couldn't, I was like, "Whatever, man. You can." It was cool to have a little kid out, and I know he wanted to play, so he didn't know what the hell he was doing. But hey, I took it easy on him, and we
Yeah,
had a good time. So that was a pleasure to
that's
put a
good stuff
smile.
right there. Yeah,
Oh yeah, man. He's a good little kid, so he enjoyed himself.
yeah,
But they actually had it for sale the last time I walked in there, and they didn't want but like $800 for the whole cabinet itself. And I was like, damn it. I remember uh, going back to see if it was still there, and it was gone already. I was like, oops, well, missed out on
dang.
it. I still like to have one, but I really don't have the room for it now, man. If I did, I'd have to put it out here on the deck, out, on the back of the house. We got a full like a big ass deck on the back part of the house, so I'd have to put it out there. Only problem with that is I'd be afraid somebody steal the son of a bitch. But of
Yeah,
course, a whole hell of a lot of noise to try to get it out, to get it out. So,
yeah.
uh,
There's a place by me about 20, 25 minutes from me, and they got all the old school arcades, and they got some of the new arcades. They got a lot of pinball. They got like
yeah,
everything in there,
yeah,
and
there's
it's like $12 for the from open to close, and they give you a little wristband, and you can bring your own food and drinks in there if you want. It's
oh
awesome.
really? Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good, man. That's cool. We've
yeah.
got
And they sell some of theirs too. So
yeah, we've got one down here that just opened up. It's called I think it's called Retro City Arcade, and they serve food and drinks and all that, and they're continuously evolving. They're about to do an expansion, and they've got tons of pinball machine games and a bunch of retro arcade games, and I hadn't been by there yet, man. But I kind of, that's kind of was kind of something I always wanted to do, but I wanted to kind of, if I had a business, like that, I would want it to be like half of a vintage retro arcade area, and then the rest of it be a toy store. That's how I would rather do it. Kind of have it together. But hopefully they, hopefully they keep it going, man. Because I know, you know, so many people, have arcade or actually home systems and stuff like that. So people don't want to. It's just a nostalgia thing, man. I don't think they'll be open that long because it ain't that. I'm pretty sure they don't get that much business. So, but
do you
it's
have
still, you know.
yeah, do you have any of the old He-Man games?
No, I don't. I've had them before in the past over the years, but I don't have any currently. I know they had one that was on Nintendo. They had one that was on PS. I think it was PlayStation 2. And I think there was one for Game Boy Advance. Um, I think that was it that I can think of. They need to make another one. Really, honestly, man. I was I even mentioned it on a stream I was on recently. Shout out Reno and Stu and them guys over there at Six Element of Hip Hop, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I missed that. I forgot all about it.
yeah, well, I mean, you can go back and check it out, man.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Appreciate them guys for putting me on, man, and giving me the opportunity. We, obviously chopped it up about not just Master of the Universe, but a little bit. They're into obviously hip hop and comics and what have you. And we talked a little bit about the supposed to be doing a spinoff show for the Robert Pattinson's The Batman. So they're doing a spinoff series to do with the Penguin or whatever. So we were talking about that and a little bit about DC and what they got going on and the comic world and a little bit of everything, man. So it was good. Had a good time. So I think we were on for about 3 hours, I guess. So and shout out Raw, my brother Raw Talk Real Deal, man. Raw was there, is obviously giving huge support, man, as always. And thanks again
Yeah,
for
Raw, we miss you, man. We
yeah,
miss you.
for shouting me out, man, and putting me on to them guys over there, man. They, like I said, they really enjoyed it. So I'm glad I could stop by and you know spend some time with them. Because same, so much. I enjoy any opportunity to spend time with you guys, man. Whether if it be here or on Kaz's channel or M3's channel or you know I'm really actually seriously wanting to start getting into learning how to do StreamYard and start doing, streaming myself. Um, and if I did, I would probably do like it would be a show on Sundays. It would be every Sunday, uh, more than likely. But
Yeah.
that's something I'm definitely highly considering because I like to talk.
It's
uh,
actually pretty easy. It's almost as easy as just clicking on and jumping on somebody's channel, like when they send
yeah,
you the.
yeah, I know it.
It's almost as easy. So
Yeah, I know it ain't. It wouldn't take much for me to pick it up. I don't know. Like, is the initial stream? I can't remember. Is the initial like StreamYard account? Is it free or is it or you have to pay? I know there's at certain levels you have to pay.
the initial one is it's free. It's basically on how much you have like what do you call it, like how much you can save to it. You buy your gigabytes. So
Oh
like
yeah, I got
after a stream or two, you probably have to erase it unless you have it linked up to like uh, um, YouTube or Rumble or something. Then it'll stay on there, but you'll have it erased on StreamYard.
you.
So you can keep it. You can still keep it on Rumble and YouTube. So
Okay, I got
yeah,
you. Yeah, I kind of briefly kind of went through it before that I remember and kind of got the gist of what it was about. It's been a minute since I've been on it, but like I said, I'm seriously considering it at some point here soon.
yeah.
For the
I'm
most,
hearing the Google one it's free, and I heard it's really good.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna try that eventually. And if it's good, I'm gonna get rid of Stream because I'll just keep with the free stream.
Right? Yeah, I guess.
But I'll check out the Google,
Yeah,
etc.
because I know sometimes when I message you and we
Shout out
talk,
Pack. I learned that from Pack.
yeah, talk about doing the streams before, and we just never got around to it. But uh, that's and I could always obviously if I'm running one, I could always invite you and invite
Mhm.
whoever, let everybody know
Yep.
how to do those previews type of things. Free Willy.
It means stream. DFS.
Oh,
But
no,
yeah.
I'm gonna
So
take
like,
it.
what's in your future with MOTU? What do you plan on doing? Is there like any like particular uh, figures you want to get, or maybe you might want to make a diorama or something? Or
Well, I mean, there's definitely I want a little bit of everything, man. But
yes,
main thing I'm focused on right now is the Snake Armor He-Man for the 2002 series, the 2000X series, and then the actual 2001 statue that they did prior, like right before the 2002 series kicked off. I located one that's actually signed by the Four Horsemen. All of the original Four Horsemen, not because obviously they're not all together anymore. But the original four, as we know them to be originally, I think it's like $400 what it's going for right now, so it's not that bad. That's usually about where it's been hovering. I've seen them go from anywhere from like 3 to 5. But back in the day, that statue was commanding a lot of money. It was over $1,000. I know that, but it's kind of gone down over time because obviously it's been 20, might as well say 21 years, give or take, something around like that. So that's really the only statue I've really ever wanted. Uh, and of course I'd like to have the Mondo Battle Cat. Uh, I couldn't even ever have to want. I don't even really care about getting any other Mondo figure, but that's the only one I want is the Battle Cat. I don't. I mean, I'd like to have a Hordak, but I'd be cool with just having the Battle Cat. Um,
and
but
we should have. I should have went and asked New Soundwave to jump. I ain't talked to him in a minute. Time's flying by.
yeah, it's been a minute since I spoke with him as well.
He's a big Motu guy.
I
Well,
wouldn't
not
say
like as big as you, but he
but
likes
yeah,
his Motu.
he's a Motu guy. Yeah. Uh, a lot. You know, I don't know, man. It's weird. I still say it's crazy that I guess being as I'm just strictly all Motu, but uh, yeah, I'm rare in that retrospect, I guess. But I enjoy that part of it. I mean, I've had those moments where I want to buy all this stuff, and I don't
Yeah,
ever commit myself to doing it because I care about this brand so much, and it's on a whole nother level. So I'm content with where I'm at. So, but I'm focused on also trying to I'm gonna try to get an Origins Eternia. Like I said, I know I'm not gonna get it right away, but I'm gonna try my damnedest. But like I said, I'm not gonna pay, but past a certain amount for it. I'm not going to go past $1,000 for it just because I don't deem it to be worth more than $1,000. Because that's just how I feel about it. You know,
yeah,
uh, it is. It is what it is. So
yeah. What's your favorite phrase from Masters of the Universe?
man, it's hard to pick one, man. But I just to throw one out there. I remember this is obviously back when I was on He-Man.org. It was a quote from the Mike Young series where I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was oh Hordak when from the episode 36, the powers of Grayskull, where Hordak sits there and says basically uh, my forces are gathering, everything is in place, and he says it is time. Yeah, that's a cool little line there, man. So that was a big one. Uh, I mean, hell, even Kevin Smith's series, man. one instantly comes to my mind from Revolution, where Battle Cat is talking. When he's still Battle Cat and he's talking to He Man, and
Yeah,
I
I think I
thought
know
that
what you're gonna say. Go
that
ahead.
was um, that was a very poignant scene, man, and a lot of people didn't like his voice, I guess, because they expected him to do it in such of a growl type of voice, like a deeper type of voice, but it didn't bother me, man. I enjoyed it all more than you can imagine. Him being my favorite character, and that was kind of a big deal, man, for him. That was the first time he had, Battle Cat technically spoke since the Filmation series. So
Hmm.
uh, that's what I say, man. There's so many awesome little tidbits about that series that you really have to go back and watch the second time or third
Yeah.
time.
What was the phrase?
He said, basically, a long story short, he says, "I've always loved being your battle cat." Yeah,
Yeah.
because he says, even though he basically told He Man, he said, even though I know what you're thinking, even if you don't have to say it. I know basically what you're thinking. We think
Hmm.
alike, I got to get that guy's autograph, man. Stephen Root. I don't know if he does any conventions, but uh, I like to try to get his autograph at some point down the road.
I got some more of these.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the non-flock. Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm gonna paint them up for certain characters, so they have their own cat, like Evil In,
yeah, I got I should have kept I kept a
Beastman.
battle. I should have kept or I kept a battle cat. I should have kept a panther, but I never did. But they've got them at I don't know if you got this store or not, but it's a store called Ollie's.
Yeah, I have one, but it's like an hour away from here.
Yeah, so they've had them. They've been sitting on them for a while now, and I hadn't been by there in a minute. I need to go by and check Ross, man, because Ross has been people are
Hammer
still
and toy deals like you wouldn't believe, from what I understand.
uh people been finding more Masterverse figures like Sorceress and more Manny Faces and all different Zodak and all different ones for like less than $4 a piece or about $4 a piece. So
Yeah.
make sure you check out your local Ross if you're missing any and you don't want to pay, you don't want to pay a lot.
Yeah. You got your sorceress Tila, right?
Yeah, she's over here in the container over here. I know I showed her off at last time I was on Kaz's stream and I showed off the Skeletech and uh and all that. And I don't know why, they call him Skeletech on the show, but on the package it just says Skeletor, so I don't know
Yep,
why.
that's all it says is Skeletor on there. Yep, I was looking at that when I got mine the other day.
Maybe I wonder maybe like I didn't even bother to look and see if he's still named Skeletor on all the newer like release or the initial releases of him. That people have gotten. It's probably still the same, but um, that's weird how they did that. They named him like that, and then I don't know. It's just weird, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
You know.
somebody didn't communicate right or something.
Yeah, and I got a good sneaking suspicion that they're gonna do a. It'll end up being a Mattel Creations exclusive, just like they did in Motherboard back there. But I'm hoping I got a good feeling that they might do a Granomir. Uh, so hopefully they do. We'll see, but 'cause I know I saw somebody post about it on one of the forum groups, and they had said that it's highly I know it was for Eternia.com actually said it was highly unlikely, but it will be highly unlikely if you put it out there like that. So in other words, what I'm basically going to say is to be like, hey, I would love to have one as a figure, and then Mattel listens. I know that for a fact. I've been knowing that for over 20 years, so they will listen and they will listen to the fans really good. So
Hmm.
just all you got to do, like when I commented on his post, I'm like, all you got to do is make your voice heard. That's all you got to do. That's all it takes.
Yep.
It might not always work out, but most of the time, that I've mentioned something, Mattel has come through. So I can definitely say that about their their love for the brand. They'll listen to the fans. Um, I remember they used because when I was all them years of being on He-Man.org, they would actually they wouldn't even like they'd be on some random account like we wouldn't even know who they were and people from the series, from the Mike Young series that actually were trolling the boards and listening to what all of us had to say about the series and Mattel was listening to us about the action figures and I remember one post I recall making about for the Mike Young series cartoon, and I was like, man, y'all need to have like Adam and Cringer playing ball and like in the courtyard of the palace, and before something happens with he has to go turn into He-Man and all that, and I told him exactly what Adam should say, and I kid you not, bro, not I don't remember if it was that following episode after I posted that, or it might have been the next one. I had to look back and see which episode it is, but it shows Cringer and Prince Adam playing ball with each other in the courtyard of the palace, and he says exactly what I had put in my post, and I'm like, I swear to God, they're stalking us, bro. And actually,
That's awesome.
Val Staples, man, former owner of He-Man.org, he actually told me one time that he said, yeah, they've been trolling the boards, man. So if you want some, make your voice heard, man. So they will listen. So I mean, and it was obviously, it was Mattel and it was Val together. But I mean, I remember when the whole Kildor figure came out, because they had offered him at Wizard World in Chicago, and then they offered him from San Diego Comic Con. But a lot of us didn't have the opportunity to make it to either convention, and he was only limited to I think it was 500 per show. And basically, long story short, they got together and Val made it happen. So they made an additional 500 for members of He-Man.org, and I was one of the 500 to get one. So I remember actually that whole conversation I had with Val. So shout out to you, Val, man, for that. I know it was so many years ago, and that was awesome to have that opportunity. I mean, I don't own mine, which was probably one of the dumbest things. Uh,
Fuck you, He-Man.
what's up, Prophet?
What's up, Robert?
How's it going, my human friends?
Good.
Okay, man. How about you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Man, I'm glad you stopped by, man.
Yeah, I did get a new figure today, but it wasn't the Masters of the Universe figure, so I won't bring it up.
I know. You feel free to, man. It's everything's open, man. Even if it is a MOTU show. So.
Yeah,
No, it's a wrestling figure.
No, okay.
Is it Ric Flair?
No. I actually bought it for a sketch.
Oh,
right? Because here's what I was thinking, right? Because, Cobra Commander, he's like a chauvinist asshole.
Right.
Like he doesn't trust women to do anything.
Yeah.
But, imagine Cobra Commander has a toothache, right?
Mm.
So he gets brought to the dentist by Nana Commander. And the dentist he goes to is Dr. Britt Baker from AEW. The wrestler, like
yes.
She's that women's champion, but she's actually a real life dentist.
Oh,
she's hot too.
Very hot. So that's the figure I picked up was Britt Baker.
Oh, okay.
The deluxe edition that comes with it's practically two figures.
Damn.
But I thought it would be hilarious if Cobra Commander's in there about to get Britt Baker's breast in his face while she works out his mouth, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then stopping it. Now, wait a minute, Commander. You said you don't trust women to do anything. And if you really want a wrestler who's a dentist, I brought this one instead. And then bring in a Kane figure. Do you remember he was Isaac Yankem, the dentist on WWE before he was Kane?
Yeah.
Right. And he doesn't have any dentist tools. He's just got a hammer.
Yeah. That kind of killed me. I know it was a different guy, but some I always could never forget. But I remember when Brutus the Barber Beefcake, you know, back in the day, and he used to do that barbershop show or whatever, a skit, and later on down the road, in WCW time, he had popped up as the disciple for the NWO or whatever.
Yeah, yes. And it was kind of funny too, because if you remember when what was it, Sting? No, the Ultimate Warrior. Do you remember when the Ultimate Warrior went over to WCW?
Right. Yeah, that was that skit with
And he fucking kidnapped Brutus Beefcake. Like, what a fucking retarded storyline.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, it was hilarious too, because I remember when he interrupted Hulk Hogan when he first popped on there for the first time, and Brutus was standing in the ring, you know, right next to him with him and Eric Bischoff, and I remember him made the Warrior made the comment. He was like, "Who is this? Your barber?"
Right, yes.
Well,
You know, and He-Man kind of works into the wrestling aspect as well, too, right? Because the Masterverse figures in particular, they're built like WWE figures.
really?
Right? They're the same like scale. They're all muscly and huge. And I thought it would be hilarious to see, which blonde Prince Valiant has the tanner skin between Hulk Hogan and He-Man.
Yeah. I always thought, well, of course, I know it's from him being in Florida, for all these years with his skin tone, but it almost, way his skin looks sometimes, it almost looked like he was like a female, like he would, lay in a damn tanning thing.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan, like,
lived in a tanning. He slept.
Yeah,
he
slept. He did. He had to have done the fake bake like many times over.
Oh, I'm sure he probably did. Yeah,
I mean, look at his skin now. He looks like he's made of leather.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got skin cancer. Shit.
Right, he was protected by his mustache.
Shit.
What if they had Hulk Hogan play He-Man instead of Dolph Lundgren?
No.
He's like, no way.
That movie would not be a cult classic. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, man. It probably would have been more of a cult classic.
Nah, hell no, it wouldn't. Shit. But I'm obviously only.
I mean, I'll give you this much, right? Like maybe Hulk Hogan might not have been a great, He-Man, but Dolph Lundgren could never pull off Thunder Lips.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it kind of works out like that.
Or Suburban Commando, for that fact.
Yeah, that's an old one, man. I ain't seen that one in a minute.
All those old Hulk Hogan movies are terrible.
Well, they got on Tubi. I know they've got No Holds Barred with him and Tiny Lister Jr. on there.
Yeah, and they tried to actually make Tiny Zeus Lester an actual wrestler.
Yeah,
at SummerSlam that year. Like, what an embarrassment!
I will do you. Yeah, and then him and Macho Man teamed up against
and Tiny Zeus Lester was way more intimidating as Devo from Friday than he was in No Holds Barred.
I don't know now. He had a look about him. I always thought he was kind of intimidating, even during that movie or whatever. But he was a little bit more. I say he's a slight edge when he was in Friday. He was a little bit more intimidating. But back then, he was a lot younger and No Holds Barred.
I don't know, man. I'd be much more afraid of a fucking a thug in a gang infested neighborhood than I would of a wrestler on his best day.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah, because you can't outrun the lid.
And the problem with Tiny Zeus Lester is, like, if he's mad, you don't know if he's mad at you because you can't tell where he's looking.
Right. Right.
Like, I realize that's fucked up, but I'm sorry, man. The dude's eyes are crossed as hell.
Oh yeah, I know.
Wasn't he in Idiocracy?
I don't know.
No.
He played a president.
That was Terry Crews was the president in Idiocracy.
Okay.
Tiny Zeus Lester was the president in The Fifth Element.
Oh, that's what it was then. Okay.
Well, he passed away, so I know he's no longer with us.
Oh, damn. Now I have to feel bad because I was making fun of the dead.
No, of course not. No, not at all. I mean, just because it almost feels like he's still here, but I know he's gone, but kind of crazy how that happens. But out of curiosity, Prophet, did I know you never did get back to me. Did y'all still have that 2000X Grayskull, or have y'all
Yes, we still have it.
still have
The
it?
only other person I offered it to was New Soundwave, and he never got back to me.
Okay, well, I know you never answered me back, so I was the last time I messaged you about it, I was looking to buy it, but never did hear back from you. But
Oh, I don't remember getting a message from you on that. The last message I got from you was that you couldn't get it, so give it to someone else.
no, actually, I sent you one after that. I know. Well, I know sometimes, in all fairness, or in all fairness, or if that's how I should put it, but Instagram has a notion. Kurt knows himself. If I like,
Oh, well, see, that's why you messaged me on Instagram, and I only check Instagram if I'm expecting something there.
okay, so what's the best way to reach you? Is it email the best way to reach you?
Well, I can give you my phone number in the private chat.
Okay, that'll work.
You could just message me directly on my phone. I'll put it in there right now.
Okay, cool.
Maybe
Yeah,
if you're lucky, it will be the Baroness's phone number.
yeah, she is hot.
There you go. It's in the private chat, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, because I've still got it. I'll still send it to you at that same price.
All right. What shipping or all with shipping? How much you think are a roundabout idea? What it
I
might
think the shipping for that's going to be around probably like between like $10 and $15.
Okay.
It's not like it's super heavy, but it's the
Size.
dimensions are really awkward.
It's the size that matters.
I got you. Who do you
Dude,
normally
that's funny.
who do you normally use for?
Well, not to me, man. I'm 6 inches tall.
That's funny. Who do you normally ship with, Prophet?
It depends, right? Because like for the most part, USPS is the cheapest.
Right.
And they're pretty reliable. But sometimes if an item is too big for USPS, we have to go with UPS, which really sucks because they're terrible.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm worried
Like
about.
I had to ship Curtis's TIE Fighter through UPS, and that it cost me like $65 fucking, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
by the weight, yeah. So it's either best to use UPS or FedEx, but
Well, that was why I wanted to like ship Curtis multiple things, right? I didn't want to just send the TIE Fighter.
right. You want
Because like if I'm paying that much for shipping, I want it to be worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree.
So I packed a bunch of shit in that box just to make sure that it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. Best vehicle of the year.
Well, it'll definitely be a little bit. It'll probably be around the 19th or the 20th when I hit you up. So I'm sure it ain't gonna go nowhere anytime soon.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine, my friend. You'll be fine.
I
Like I said, I haven't put it up for general public listing or anything. Because I figured, if you didn't want it right then, you'd probably want it later down the road.
No, yeah, most definitely.
So I offered it to do Soundwave, but he didn't jump out. He didn't jump at it. So it's all yours, man. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, well, I definitely appreciate that, man. I know, like I said, the whole Origins Eternia, it's probably
And what was the other figure you were looking for from the 200X line?
Snake Armor He-Man.
All right, I don't have the Snake Armor He-Man. I have quite a few of those figures in the store, but not the Snake Armor He-Man.
Well, I know.
I've got the Battle Armor He-Man. I've got the sounds. You remember the fight sounds like He-Man and Skeletor with the videotapes?
Yeah. Oh, with the VHS tapes.
Yeah, yes. I've got both of those.
Okay.
I've got the Beast Man from that line.
Is he beastie?
I mean, I think he is.
Was how like as far
But
as
I mean, if you were to ask Skeletor, he would call him a flea-bitten baboon.
Yeah. Royal boob.
You flea-bitten boob.
Well, like condition of the figures, like as far as the packaging, are they beat up a little bit or?
Most of them are in pretty damn good shape. A couple of them have like
corner dings and shit.
like like a small crease at the top of the card or something. Like, just let me know. I'll when I'm at work. Next time you talk to me while I'm at work,
Mhm.
I'll tell you what we have. You tell me what you're interested in, and I'll snap shots for you.
Okay, cool. That'll work. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, because I don't get to. They don't pop up around here very often. And the guy who I've gotten most of my stuff from, he's got a couple left. And the other ones he had, I remember buying like 2 or 3 of them, and then the rest of them sold before I could get back over there to get them. Because I remember getting, oh crap, it was I know I bought the Battle Cat from him. That thing that I think it's called it's whatever that flight pack is that goes on the back of Skeletor. The bat flight pack. I know I've got
Yeah, we've got that weird ass raptor, the battle raptor, the dinosaur.
Yeah, he's got one of those too. I think it's been open though, like previously before.
Ours is still sealed in box.
Cringer's eyes got big on that one.
Well, I wanted to make it a point to try to continue on my 2000X collection this year. So want to try to beef it up a little bit more because obviously I don't have but a handful. And
well, no homo, but I'll be happy to fill any of those holes that I can for you.
Right. Because the last couple I bought were Matty collector figures, but they were inspired for the 2000X series. I mean, matter of fact, this ain't exactly a figure, but this was the.
Look at that! That's what I want. I want to make one now because I can't. They're expensive, man.
Well, he generally goes for about $1.50 in the package sealed, but loose, I don't really know. I know I paid like $60 for him loose.
Well, there's that. What is that? What is that company? Is it Fury Toys? They did the bear with the saddle, and now they're doing a rhino with the saddle.
Well, that was a company. It may even still be on Big Bad Toy Store, man. It was.
The rhino's definitely still on Big Bad Toy Store. The bear, I believe, is sold out though.
It had it was like a saber-toothed cat. You know what I'm talking about? It had it had big fangs because it's a saber-toothed cat, but a lot of people were showing, had bought it way back when and was showing it, like putting it with their He-Man figures.
Oh, yes, yeah. And they had like a big rideable wolf as well.
Yep.
Right, but the 2 recent ones were the bear and the rhino.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going for now, but
well, I know the rhino's pre-selling for I think it's $109.99. So 110. I hate that I said $109.99. $110. Damn it.
That just sound like it's 200. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Hey, just to let everybody know, it's like almost 9:25. Kaz's show starts in like
7 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
just give you guys
hang
heads
on.
up.
I've got to get the proper icon ready for Kaz's show.
Right.
The camel.
Oh yeah, hump day. Yeah.
Hump day. 2 camels fucking in front of a speed hump sign.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a lot of humps in one little picture.
Damn right it is. I was gonna tell you for while we got a couple minutes still left. I ended up watching the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
It was really good, man. I really enjoyed it. I never
surprised you, didn't it?
I mean,
it surprised me.
Not just from the feel I got from other people telling me about it. Of course, I'll always like Keaton's Batman better than anything that'll ever be made as far as Batman is concerned, other than probably the 90s animated series, because that was probably like my second favorite Batman. And then obviously Christian Bale's Batman. But this one,
Christian Bale's Batman for me is behind Adam West.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the only Batman that's worse than Christian Bale, in my opinion, is George Clooney.
Oh yeah, Val Kilmer, George Clooney's Batman. No, I don't like neither one of them. I think they were boo boo. Only out of those two movies, the only positive thing to me that came out of any one of those two movies was Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. That was it.
I think Jim Carrey's Riddler was pretty solid. I think his, now don't get me wrong, his Edward Nygma was horrible.
Yeah, his Edward Nygma was boo.
But once he became Riddler and he was just straight Riddler,
yeah,
he was pretty solid.
Well, I tell you what though, man, I really, I went in with blinders on, trying to, and I really, because I was going in with blinders on for Robert Pattinson's the Batman, because I was so ingrained in the brain about him being in Twilight, because I couldn't.
Well, yeah, but he was in Potter first.
Right, but I couldn't get, it, out of my head, because my
Twilight,
nieces, and they were forever, God, man. Every time I
See, I was the opposite. Every time someone brought up Twilight, I was like, no, he's not Edward Cullen. He's Cedric Diggory.
Right, and but anyway, as soon as I first saw him, like as soon as he popped up, right, in the in the early part of the movie, I didn't even have to like pretend like he was in Twilight. It instantly, all of that just whoop, went away. I was just like,
right?
I was like, what? I said,
dude, and when he like runs in front of the car to save the little kid at the funeral.
Yeah.
Right? It's like Pattinson killed it in that role, I think. And a lot of people said that wasn't really Batman yet, and I'm like, well, of course, that was year 2.
Right, it was, yeah.
Right? He hasn't become Batman yet.
Right.
And yet still, Robert Pattinson did more detective work in his movie than all the other Batmans combined.
And I knew right away when
and how amazing was Colin Farrell as the Penguin?
Yeah, man, I still can't fathom that's Colin Farrell, because I remember him from when he played and how he looked when he played Bullseye in the Daredevil with Ben Affleck, and
right, where he wanted a bloody costume.
Right, yeah. It almost don't even look like him, man. When he's in his because he's gained, he's put, just how he's older.
He totally transformed for that role.
Yeah, well, they're doing a spinoff series, obviously, and
well, he was like a highlight of the movie for me.
Yeah, he was really good. The whole like,
and he was like the only villain in the whole movie that stayed calm and collected in the face of Batman.
Yeah, he was. He was the only one. Yeah, I enjoyed everything about it, man. I enjoyed the Catwoman. I enjoyed the whole, because obviously it was to do with the whole Hush character. I think his last name was like Elliot or something like that. I mean, I never did get. I never did get to actually read that whole story arc in the comic series originally, but I know of it.
Well, in the comic series, Hush was the Riddler in the end.
Right. So,
like, there was this misdirect where it was supposed to be one of Bruce's like college friends.
Right.
And then there was a misdirect that it might be Jason come back from the dead. And then there were, but that wound up being Clayface, like trying to look like Jason.
Yeah.
And in that story arc, the Riddler had everyone in his pocket.
Oh yeah.
Right, because even the Joker and Harley worked for him in that story arc.
Yeah, and I liked how they kind of at the very end of it, they're locked up, next door to each other basically, and they're kind of playing off, kind of like paying homage to the Adam West's Batman, and they're laughing together. They're laughing with each other, and
oh man, and dude, the guy they got to play the Riddler in that movie was
he was really
phenomenal.
Good. Yeah, that whole ordeal, because it almost, the way they laid it out, in the first half of the movie, I would say within the first hour or a little over an hour, you get the feeling like he's not really he's after somebody else, in other words, and I knew at a certain juncture prior to that, I knew that he was going after Batman, because obviously when the whole clue about the whole rat type of ordeal that there was in the what he would, I guess.
Well, but that's the crazy thing, right? Because you realize when Batman goes to see him at Arkham Asylum, that up to that point, the Riddler had thought Batman was on his side.
Yep.
And when he finds out that Batman just thinks he's a lunatic, he completely loses his shit, you
Oh
know?
yeah. He loses his shit, man. He snaps basically.
Oh, yes, Curtis. How was I lying? Is that like, was that gun like, did you see how the turret was like damaged?
Yeah.
That's nice looking, man.
Like, was I lying? Is that going to be like the easiest thing to fix or what?
Yes.
I remember having that.
It even came with the steering wheel.
Yeah, literally the only thing missing is one of the seatbelts.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's even got the.
Yep.
That's some cool shit.
Yeah, that thing is in stellar condition, man. Getting that for $50 is a killer deal.
Looking at it, you
Killer
can tell
deal.
glistening in it is how it looks. Like it don't look like it has a lot of
Yeah, see, it's just missing the other side seatbelt. Everything else is there. Beyond that other seatbelt, that's complete.
yeah, that's a good deal, man.
And then there's the steering wheel.
Yep.
Right? The steering wheel is usually the first thing lost on all of them.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, man. I remember having that. It was, I mean, I had Joe's and I had different vehicles.
Now, have you put it in your bathtub yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, I remember doing that with mine. I remember there was
Yep.
I mean, it's amphibious, right? My
Yes.
buddy Don had a pool in his backyard, and we used to take it in the pool all the time.
I used to take mine over at the river that was down the road. I used to do all kinds of stuff with mine.
Now, when you would go down by the river, was there a van next to the river?
Yes, there was.
So Chris Farley was living in that van.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I never seen the guy in it.
Well, he was being an inspirational speaker somewhere.
Yes. Oh, what a great skit from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I saw that, Big M. I searched for his to see if his channel was back about a couple hours ago and saw that it was back. I'm glad because I know I was talking about that on my live stream yesterday when I went live via Instagram. I mean, I still how I feel about the guy on certain aspects.
Oh, good for him. He got it back, huh?
But I'm glad that he got it back. Because besides all the other hoopla, I'm glad he got his channel back. So
Yeah.
Flex Friday just started.
Hump Wednesday.
Or not Flex Friday, Hump Wednesday.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, Kurt, man, for coming on. I know we got started a little late, but not too bad. We got a little bit of time. Yeah. I appreciate
I want it on record that Daredevil appreciates that Kurt came on. Well, what Kurt came on, I don't know, but Kurt came on something, and Daredevil appreciates it.
That's right. And we know that Prophet appreciates it. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I appreciate everything.
Oh yeah, I know you do.
Even if I don't agree with it.
Right. Well, real quickly, are y'all planning to get on the new Eternia Origins train, or?
I'm not going to. No.
If
I was going to spend that kind of money on a MOTU playset, I would just as soon spend twice that and get the Super 7 Snake Mountain.
Yeah, that's good. That'd be a good buy, man. I know.
Yeah, Super 7 Snake Mountain. I'd love to get.
I have noticed that the gray skull for Matty Collector has gone down in price a little bit. I think because everybody's focused on with this one being out right now, the Origins Eternia. So I'm sorely tempted. And I've seen them around $800. I've seen like three or four different ones, varying from like $800-900. I'm like, man, I need to get one while the getting's good because that thing normally is going for $1,500 or more. So
yeah, I just don't have the space for that kind of shit,
I'll make room
for that one is
for it, but I'm so my limit. I got 2 more play sets that big. I want to get that gray skull from Matty Collector, and then the Origins Eternia. And the Origins Eternia is not going to be on display. It'll be put right in the bottom of that display case cabinet behind me. But other than that, at some point, I'm gonna have to mount my TV on the wall, and I mean, I've got some room left in here, man. So, but as far as play sets go, as far as big ones go, that's really I only need 2 more, and I'm pretty much good. I ain't gonna worry about.
I want it on record. Daredevil needs 2 more big ones.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
But-
I got the room. I can if I had to, I could just kick out my mom and dad.
Don't you ever say that again, man. What the hell is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I was just saying, not that I would ever do it.
Well, you got a pretty big basement, I think, at least from as far as I could tell.
This is just almost one half of it.
Oh, really?
There's a whole nother half, and it's all full of boxes of toys.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What is it, all Star
Curtis,
Wars?
did someone punch you in the mouth?
Oh no! The other day I was playing with the dogs, and the paw got me right in the lip. Actually, on the top lip too, but it didn't do as bad as the bottom lip.
Yeah, I thought it might have been like a fever blister or something like that, or you get them sore.
See, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he got punched and it wasn't a cold sore, but
It's space
Right.
herpes. It's space herpes.
Well, I know I had a sore inside my lip, man, from whatever cold and
Right there.
whatever I had going on. That shit sucked. But
I don't even feel it anymore, so it's about to be gone.
it took a while for mine to heal. I know that it took over a week. I felt like crap for like 2 weeks, man, but a lot better now. The only thing really kind of bothering me now is got a little like irritation, in my throat or whatever. But I don't have to take, it's not as bad as it was. I'm not taking Halls or anything like that anymore. So I think it's more of like acid reflux because I think I've got what they call silent reflux. So it'll just come out of nowhere, when it wants to. So it kind of burns your throat and stuff. So it did it to me earlier, and I drank a little bit of water. But yeah, man, I know. I think, like you said, Kaz is on right now, right?
Yeah.
yeah, Kaz is on.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over there, and I think everybody else is probably already over there. So the chat
Yeah.
ain't moved in quite some time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
no.
only one watching, and it's probably me.
Right. Well, I'm glad you come on, man. I appreciate you again, Kurt. And we're gonna.
Yeah, well, Kurt had sent me a link like on my phone.
Oh,
But I was in the middle of opening the Britt Baker figure,
okay.
and by the time I got it opened, he had gotten impatient and put the link in the regular chat. So I was like, "All right, fuck it."
Well, we were on for like an hour, so I just figured I could start inviting people, and if they wanted to talk with MOTU here about MOTU stuff, questions.
I know.
So wait. Let me just ask you. So let's fan cast.
Oh, you back on that again?
Yeah. Who would be your He-Man from today's actors?
That's a good question. And I don't really.
It was Moto Viper.
I don't. I appreciate you, Moto, man.
Oh, there you go. Moto was the one watching. All right.
Good night.
Yeah.
Lord. Have a
Nice.
good one,
Moto, if
Moto.
you go over to Kaz, we'll see you there, man.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know, Prophet, because I don't watch like a lot of things, or I mean, I don't watch much TV, and
The newer stuff, right?
yeah. I mean, I know who they were trying to portray, or who to get, in the new movie, or the one that obviously just got put on hiatus again. It was that dude. He was a younger dude, but actually, in all honesty, I wouldn't mind Chris Hemsworth to play him. That just comes right off the top of my head. But I mean,
It might be a pretty good He-Man.
I could see that. Yeah, I would personally vote for Jonah Hill.
But I tell you, one I wouldn't mind would be
Jonah Hill.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I want Jonah Hill to be He-Man.
Why?
Yeah, the guy who plays
Just because it'll piss off He-Man fans.
My gosh.
But I'm sure there's other guys out there. You know, I would rather it be somebody that's not really well known. Somebody's like an up and comer.
Right? Just get somebody who isn't known, who's a bodybuilder, right? Because you need that swole body.
Right. Just
Right.
for it to kind of be the same, in essence, the same ordeal, kind of like when they brought, Dolph on to for the original '87 movie, because at first they didn't want him, because obviously he couldn't speak proper English, and it was kind of a, it took a lot in order for it to happen. And, believe it or not, Gary Goddard, the director, he wasn't actually enthused with the whole idea of Dolph being in the film. And he goes, look, if I'm going to give this guy one shot. If he can't get his lines right, that's it, and he, believe it or not, he gave him a second shot, and, the rest is history. But he really didn't like the idea of that, because in actuality, he didn't even want him to speak at all. They were going to dub his lines. They were going to have somebody else speak for him.
Right? Wouldn't that have been hilarious? They have Casey Kasem like dubbing all Dolph's lines.
Oh, Scoob. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong. That'd be, because a lot of people don't even realize that he was part of Scooby-Doo and all that. So he was.
Yeah, he did the voice of Shaggy. He did the voice of a lot of cartoon characters.
He did Cliff Jumper and Transformers. He did a few Transformers.
He's I mean, obviously most people remember him for obviously the bald.
A lot of people didn't know he was the voice on the radio.
Right? I say we get Jack Black to play He-Man, but not do the voice. Right? I say we get Selma Hayek to do the voice of He-Man while Jack Black is acting the character.
Lord have mercy.
You're just trolling.
I'm trolling hard, man. I'm trolling hard.
That'd be traumatic as hell, man.
What about Selma Hayek as Evelyn?
Nah, Selma's not evil enough to be Evelyn.
No.
Now, I wouldn't say no to Gal Gadot as Evelyn.
Oh, yeah.
Or like, or maybe Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron would be a good Evelyn.
Yeah, I think she would, man. Especially if you dyed her hair black. I think it.
White. Dye her hair white.
White, black, whatever, either one. But I think she would be perfect actually for the role. Because they ain't really very few people can play Evelyn. I know obviously Meg Foster was the original, but
right now here's a crazy idea, right? Teela, I say for Teela, you go with Margot Robbie. Here's why. The original Teela figure's face was based on Barbie's face, and Margot played Barbie.
Right, that is right.
So why not have Margot play Teela?
Yeah. The lady that played Catwoman.
Which
Michelle
time?
Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer? You're talking about Michelle Pfeiffer?
Pfeiffer's too old. She's too old now.
She's too old now. Now, if had it been like back around the time she did Batman Returns, I would probably say yeah, but she's too old now.
I mean, she was too old when she did Stardust.
Tall brunette.
You guys remember Stardust? Did you ever see that?
I remember it, but I don't remember watching it.
It was a Neil Gaiman movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know
where Robert De Niro plays a gay man.
No,
okay,
I did not see it.
I really like Robert De Niro.
No, it's actually pretty good. It was the first thing I ever saw Charlie Cox in, the guy who plays Daredevil now.
Yeah.
You say Robert De Niro, gay man, and Charlie Cox.
Yeah, right. There's so much innuendo in the cast.
Right, gay Cox.
Well, the guy who wrote it was Neil Gaiman.
No shit.
Oh my gosh,
That's crazy.
that's funny.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty damn good movie, man. It's definitely worth watching. But Michelle Pfeiffer plays the evil witch.
Oh yeah, I think like I said, my favorite movie she ever did was obviously Batman Returns, but
Why not Dr. Britt Baker as Tila?
Brit's not a Tila. Brit would be more of an Evelyn than a Tila.
yeah, I can't think of her name, Moto. I think I know who you're talking about though, but there's probably quite a few that could, you know. I mean, I know. We know who they picked to be He-Man, but
Which Catwoman are you talking about?
I think
What
he's
movie?
referring to the one in Robert Pattinson's Batman. I'm not sure if that's.
Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, yeah. She's actually short.
And I really like, the whole length of that movie too, as far as how long it was and how they laid it all out. And, I kept wanting to watch them. I wanted to watch more, and I was like, I kept remembering, seeing how much longer the movie was.
Moto Viper wants Anya Taylor-Joy as Tila.
Never heard of her.
You've never heard of Anya Taylor-Joy?
Oh, man.
Have you never watched any of M3 streams? He's madly in love with her. She played Magic in the New Mutants movie.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about now. I didn't know that was her actual real name, but yeah, I know of her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got those weird far set eyes.
Yeah. I think she's Russian, ain't she?
But she's played a Russian a couple of times.
Yeah, because I really like that.
What was that Netflix show with the chess, Queen's Gambit?
Yeah, yep. I remember that she played in that. From the Rear, it's famous. Are you talking about Anne Hathaway?
No, Anne Hathaway was the Catwoman in the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, the Christopher Nolan. Yeah, well, I just mentioned her because the Moto says she rides a bat cycle and she looks great. Yeah, see, told you. He's talking about Anne Hathaway. Yeah, that was a great shot, by the way. She does got a nice ass, but she wasn't all that. But that's the only thing she's got.
Oh yeah, I could see Anne Hathaway being Evelyn. She's got those crazy expressive eyes.
Like I said,
You sure you don't want Taylor Swift playing her?
Fuck no.
I don't want Taylor Swift playing another concert.
Yeah, I don't want her to do anything. Shit. I hope she falls off stage again.
What's that one girl?
I don't even understand the appeal of Taylor Swift.
I don't either. I really don't. And she's milking it for everything it's worth. I'd give her that much. She's milking the shit out of it.
That she is, but I just don't get it. It's for me, it just doesn't make sense.
It don't either, man. There's a lot of things in this life that's never made no sense, and that's one of them.
Right? Why the fuck is her concert worth $1,200 a ticket?
I'd rather go. I mean, there's plenty of other concerts I'd rather go see than.
What about Haley Steinfeld?
I can't picture who that is.
She played.
Now the reason why she's big is because it's all these females, all these young females and shit that's grown up with her. That's the only reason why she's big as she is. It ain't guys.
See, for me, I think if you're talking about Evelyn, right? If we're fan casting from any era of actresses.
What about even though she's grown up now and she don't act anymore, but she's actually in a rock band. But the girl who played in Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Oh, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, her name is shit.
But no, if we're plucking actresses out of history in their prime,
yeah.
I don't think you could do much better than Brigitte Nielsen as Evelyn. If we're talking in her prime.
Yeah, maybe if she definitely had long hair. I wouldn't do the short hair thing, but.
No. Well, did you see her as Red Sonja?
Yeah, I remember Red Sonja, yeah.
That's kind of what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, she
because Evelyn should be tall and she should be
Right.
like kind of ripped for a woman.
A little, but not too ripped. But yeah,
Exactly. Well, that's why I'm saying like Bridget Nielsen back when she did Red Sonja
right.
would have been a great Evelyn.
I need to watch that. I ain't seen Red Sonja in a long time. I ain't seen Conan in about the same length of time.
Honestly, the first Conan's the only one worth watching.
I tell you, somebody to make a good Tila in her heyday would have been Heather Thomas.
Oh, maybe.
See, when it came to the Heathers, I was always a Locklear, not a Thomas.
Oh, I was Thomas. I was all over Thomas. Shit. I drank her bathwater.
Speaking of which, did you see they're remaking the Fall Guy into a movie now?
I saw it. I saw the trailer for it. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, there's just no original ideas left, are there?
Well, no.
Right? We're getting the Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling as the Fall Guy. We're getting a Roadhouse remake with Jake Gyllenhaal instead of fucking Patrick Swayze.
Good grief. I mean, if you're going to do a remake, please, in the Lord, for the sake of God, do it correctly, man. Don't just take a dump all over it, because that's clearly what they're doing on a lot of these projects, man. At this point, it's just ridiculous,
Honestly, that Roadhouse movie does look pretty decent, though.
Yeah, I mean, but you're probably coming at it from the aspect of the fight scenes, and most guys like fight scenes and fighting and shit, which I can say the same. But
well, all I can go by is the trailer because there's nothing else out yet,
Right, yeah. That's
and from the trailer, it looks solid. But again, it's a high bar because the original Roadhouse was a great movie.
Yeah, that but there's certain ones that they should never try to remake, and that's one of them to me because obviously Patrick, is that character, and there really can't nobody else playing to me. I don't know. That's just some movies don't need to be remade, and that was one of them. But unfortunately,
I never thought Patrick Swayze was like too great.
Oh man,
but he was good as Dalton in that movie. He was good.
Yeah, that movie, that was, that one and Next of Kin are probably my favorite two movies he ever did. No, I don't know. I don't think they should have never remade it, but of course, it's the way it goes sometimes. How they're making another Jurassic Park, it's like number 7 now, I think now, but that should have quit a long time ago. They really shouldn't have made any more past the original.
Curtis, that's a terrible picture, man.
Of what?
Haley Steinfeld.
Like,
what the hell is with that dress? It looks like she doesn't have hands. Sorry, Daredevil. Curtis sent me a picture.
I know, he sent it to me too. I was just looking at it.
Like, I'll never understand like the fashion sense of these fucking rich people.
Yeah, it's out of this. It's definitely crazy. Let's see.
I've always been kind of a function over fashion type of person.
Right.
So, like, sleeves that go down and cover your hands just seems like a dumbass idea.
Keeps your hands warm.
That's what
but that dress just looks like it looked like the dress she's wearing in that picture looks like someone cut a neck hole in a burlap sack and tossed it over the top of her.
She's the next Baroness.
Why would they switch it up? The last Baroness was fine.
Yeah, she was.
She's the next Baroness. That's all. I didn't do it.
Well, you're trolling it, so clearly you are doing it. Don't troll that shit into reality. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys.
Yeah.
You going to Kaz?
Go over on Kaz's.
Yeah, me too. But good luck.
Alrighty then. Okay, thanks. He's gone.
Yeah, we go there, get over that way. But
Yeah. Thanks for everybody that's in the chat still. Thanks for all the people that came.
oh yeah, appreciate it for sure.
It was great. Maybe, hopefully maybe this weekend we'll do another one.
Yeah, I gotta work Saturday. What I gotta work Saturday? Let's see. I think I got a long shift Saturday. Actually, nah. I should be home by. I should be home by. Well, it says I get off at 3, but I'm probably gonna. It's hard to say, but it'll be after 3. So, because I'm off Sunday, so uh, I think I'm just gonna keep working like 6 days a week. I really need to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of shit I gotta do, and
Yeah. Play catch up.
yeah, man. Honestly, because I would say at least the last 3 pay periods, man, I've been kind of put on the back burner really bad. But I mean, I couldn't help it. You know what I mean? When if as bad as I felt, it was, it is. It happens sometimes. So, and I just be glad at some point when I don't have any more allergy issues, man. Because I'm at some point I'm trying to get them to check me out to where they do like a scan of my face and figure out exactly what can I do to help alleviate without having surgery. Now I might have to have surgery to get the cyst out of this side of my face, but from inside my sinus cavity. But and that's kind of, I know that's not going to be very pleasant because they kind of have to drill into your gum on that side. They'd have to drill up through the gum, and it can be dangerous because they can accidentally go too far, and it'll, if they drill in a certain area, you can leak it. You can leak. It's like, I think it's called like CSF fluid, spinal fluid based, brain fluid, spinal fluid, whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of I don't know, man. I'll know a little bit more once they do the scan, because they'll be able to tell me how big the cyst is, and because
Yeah. You don't want it to pop in there neither by itself.
yeah, I know.
At
I
the
read.
same time, it's a kind of like a no-win situation.
Right, yeah. So it's kind of like a damn if you do, damn if you don't
Yeah.
ordeal. So they say it's very rare for them to pop, but I need to do something about it anyway. And I got this one other tooth on this side I've got to have, that's really got to go. So I know that's going to cost me another shit.
Couple
Uh,
thousand.
Nah, it won't be that much, but it ain't gonna be no small chuck and change. It'll probably be in the neighborhood of about $600-700. Because the last time I had the last 2 taken out, that was, well, once I paid for the consultation and the X-ray, that was along with it. I think altogether it was like 800. But that was without insurance, And this time I'm gonna be writing that shit off on my taxes, because I'm gonna be itemizing deduction, all that shit, that I'm paying out of pocket throughout the year, for whatever I can, because that's a whole bunch of bull. I got screwed out of my tax return. That's why I'm just so upset, man, because I was looking forward to that money, because I could have easily, because main 2 items on the docket were, getting another vehicle, and then getting Origins Eternia, and I was just going to use my tax, refund to get, Eternia with, but it just didn't work out like that. I just basically got robbed. My whole, people that handle our, our accountants and all that, they screwed up. So, and it wasn't the government that screwed up, but I know that was a small part of it. You know what I mean? But
Well, a
the
lot of
big,
people are getting less back this year.
well, yeah, because it was a whole it was a tax law that Trump had passed back in 2017. That's just now taking effect, and it's bunch of bull, man. But it is what it is. I mean, at least I didn't have to. It could have been so much worse. I could have paid in, like some people are having to pay in like thousands of dollars. Like, seen somebody having to pay like 3 grand back, somebody paying like 8 grand back, somebody paying 10 grand back. And a lot of people were filing exempt for the entire year, thinking that they wouldn't owe the government, but they end up having to pay in. I know my boss currently, he had to pay in like $1,500, so he's pretty upset about that. As long as I've ever been filing for almost 15 years that I can recall, at least, I've only ever had to pay in one time, and it wasn't my fault. It was actually because a boss of mine at the time had went in without my consent and actually changed my filing status, which was, I was upset as hell. I remember confronting him about it and got in his face about it and said, "Hey, why'd you change my filing status?" And he looked at me funny and he was like, "I didn't change your filing status." He said, "You know better than that. You're the only one that is allowed to do that." So I reached into the cabinet, pulled my paperwork out of my folder, and put it right in his face. And I'm like, "Well, whose handwriting is that?" I said, "Because it damn sure ain't mine." I said, "Do I draw a number one? Is my number one? Is my letter number one like that? Is that my scribble on there? No, that is yours. I know I know that from anywhere." And he was like, "Well, well, let's change it back then." I'm just like, "Well, that's my whole point." Like, and he never could look at me with a straight face, and he never could give me a direct answer as to why he changed it. I'm just like,
Wow.
I just like, whatever, bro. So I think I ended up having to pay like, I think it was like $300 something in. I was so fucking mad. Uh, you couldn't. I mean, it was just kind of like basically how I felt this year. I was, because I was looking forward to, I don't know about most people, but I look forward to my tax refund every year because even if I don't buy anything with it, I like to put it in savings. You know what I mean? I don't, that just has sucked.
I know as a single man, tax sucks.
Yeah, because you don't have no dependents. I don't have nobody to claim. It's just me.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not about to sit there and like cheat on my taxes and put
No,
bullshit in there that I'm not supposed to do. And I've seen people do that, and I've seen family members do that. I'm not about to do all that shit. Claim kids that are not even mine and that type of shit. I've never done that. I never will do that. I'm keeping it 100. It is what it is. So
yeah, shoot. When I got divorced, I couldn't even claim my kids.
yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
No shit. And that's a lot of them. That's why a lot of them like to have kids because that's the main reason why they like to have kids because they get all that money they get. So, but
Yeah, it's like since I started getting the VA check
Mhm.
and I'm 100% disabled, can't work or whatever.
Do they do you feel like
I
I'm
can't
not
believe that. Huh?
do you feel good about what at least what they provided for you, or do you feel like
Oh
you're
yeah,
both?
yeah. It's tax free, but I just don't get that you don't file every year something stating you went and filed and you show all your your paperwork and it's
Mhm.
on file. You try to do it and they don't want nothing. You don't have to file nothing. And it's like, okay. So I'm just waiting for that one day and they come back, oh, you owe like so all this money or
Right.
something, because
Well, I'm
something
glad.
changed.
Well, I'm glad they take care of you, man, because that for for your service to the country, man. I'm glad they do take care of you, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
me too.
I'm pretty sure that I know they can probably. You might feel in a certain way they owe you a little bit more, but at least they do take care of you, man. That's the main thing. So
Yeah.
uh, hopefully I'll be so fortunate maybe when I get to that point of getting in my 60s, if I'm bless the Lord, if I'm here that long, to be able to hopefully, my, Social Security will still be around, uh, because it's hard to say. It's up in the air. They've been talking about that for years now, but
Yeah,
um,
it's because Social Security, it's getting used.
So yeah,
It's,
so I was gonna
and it's
ask you,
not.
with your what you get from from your service, are you allowed to get Social Security too, or
Yep.
okay, good.
When I went in for Social Security, I went in for my like exam and stuff, and then like for my eyes and all that, and
Mhm.
I had to go through theirs as well, right? So I went into theirs, and it was full of people,
Yeah.
and there had to be 15, 20 people that were from the Middle East in there
Hmm.
that were, they were really old. They were like, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
They just got in the country and they were getting Social Security. They didn't pay into it.
Yeah.
That's one of the. I mean, I understand they were old. They need something, right? But
Right. Right.
they
But
didn't. They did not pay into that, and it's taken away from the people who were paying into it.
that's already been paying into it all this time, and they're
Yeah.
actually U.S. citizens. I mean, yeah, I get it, man.
I'm
I
like,
feel
what?
the same way.
I'm
Then
like,
you got
man.
like all these like I was seeing something the other night, man, where a bunch of Chinese people crossing the southern border, like they were flying in from China, mainland China, into like places like Ecuador, or flying from here to Tijuana, Mexico, and then crossing the border through like a little 12-foot gap in the fence and shit, and they're like barbed wire, and I forgot what news company or news thing it was. I think it was like damn, what's the name of it? It's 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
Um, and it's something like, I forgot the name of the video. It's like something to do with like the hole in the fence or some crazy thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was talking about all the Chinese immigrants and people crossing the border, and what was messed up, dude. There was not even like 12 foot away. There was a damn border patrol agent standing right there, and he was just letting them people come right through the fence. Dude, didn't say nothing, didn't do nothing. He was standing. He stood his ass right there and didn't do nothing.
Yeah, because he can't do nothing but count the people that come in.
I was like, wow, bro. I was. And then all the during COVID, remember, they were letting all the people come in from Mexico, and they're not U.S. citizens, and they were giving them checks for coming over here, like $300,000 or whatever the hell. I'm like,
Yeah. They're still doing that stuff.
all right, man, I mean, they're so screwed up,
They were
man.
giving them luxury hotels there in New York.
Yeah, man, they don't even take care of their own people, man. That's what's so messed up about it. They put more, look, I mean, what they're giving to Ukraine. I mean, I get that we're a part of NATO and all that, and I don't really like to get into all the political and all the other hoopla, but
You got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else.
exactly, man, and the world. There's other people like Iran and North Korea, or North Korea and Russia. Those being the big three, so to speak, that have no respect for us whatsoever. And they at one time they did, but they damn sure don't now.
Right.
Because look, I mean, hell, even the Houthi rebels, and that's all. They're being backed by Iran, and they're still up to their damn over in the Red Sea. What they're going at it 90-0, attacking cargo ships in international water. And I mean, at least we're there in a presence. We're making our presence felt. We're trying everything we can to deter them, but I don't know, man. That whole
Yeah, we'll
Ukraine.
see if they put that stuff into effect come the election time, because it looks like it's being set up to where it's spread thin,
Yeah.
and they're going to start some type of chaos thing or whatever, and like we're gonna be so spread thin, and it's gonna be wartime, and it'll be like if they don't call it World War III, it'll be like World War III, because
Yeah.
we're spread so thin all over the place that
Hmm.
they'll say, no voting this year."
Oh, Prophet's on there right now. He's the only one talking or on the chat.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better get going over there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna click out of here and then I'm gonna go in there and make me some Nestle quick and then I'm gonna
Oh,
go ahead
Nestle
and pop that.
quick. You can't drink
Yeah.
it slow. You can't drink it slow.
Fuck no, I can't. I drank it super quick, man. I can't even sip it. It's so good. But
I know.
I'll
Yes.
go in there and make another glass. I can't drink too much milk though, man. But it won't make me sick necessarily. But I try not to drink too much of it. But matter of fact, I went just purposely the other day and bought a half a gallon because I wanted some peanut butter Captain Crunch, and I went in there and made me a bowl of cereal, and I was like, son of a bitch. I said I had just enough to make one bowl with. I was like, damn it. I had to go get me some more, but yeah. But
Yeah.
all right, man. Well, I appreciate you, brother, man, and I'll catch you over there.
Appreciate you too. Talk to you later.
All right, later, brother.